Bramo ato mema etiefo nyina aha mama kwa baba TV XYZ Power FM ana fe Radio XYZ so ensama akotwi akwabraman ebi na yaboaboa no sepram to braka Kasiebo yade eba besomo ewo kasafidie nyina eso Kasiebo enam radio stations awodo bebre so oman ganemu Volta Power ewo Global FM ho Sharp FM ewo takrade ensroma won krankwanta buam ewo jase kan dinyame ewo sampa na nanu afogo so West End Radio wo elembele saso na KFM Kpazagligi FM ewo Bole saso na Rich FM ewo Asimfosu Trinity ewo Bogo so efe high radio ewo Bechem oti radio ewo Damba Wempansampa Wonde FM enso ewo Pusiga Bono FM ewo Sunyane na fe Loud Silence Television enso ekutam de dendem saso na Sunset Radio enso ewo Sehwi yo so akasie no moboa happy edu akire ade amaye efe adehyewa mono ne so betie bi ewo Apple State FM Virginia USA tuning enso aka be dance radio ewo Italy Adam for pa ewo Paris G Live ewo UK OPD wo UK ana fe multi TV big boss no obetimi atie bi ewo Radio XYZ saso ana tuning Power 979 ana fe my xyzonline.com kasie no ebi enam ho Facebook Power 979 na ese ni nyina no wajicha piapia awatiko na adehye foforo so anya bi ati ahwe na do comment no so aba na yakenkan so ade amaw na yeka wo se Kasiebo insema edi akotene ewo mu no ebi ene se Supreme Court akwa asetena emom de atembuo afa Chief Justice nsema de tudwa ene se nei owura speaker nsema de tudwa se nipa ekọ independent ewo mrahye bedwafia konwom mfanto no o se sansem no waboagu ene ntene omnyina enkonkoye adwuma no na Electoral Commission voter register yebegina so dia to aba afi ne samre no a na NDC amanyoko no ehwe ni mu no se de wanya e de aba betudwa so na Electoral Commission kro na so e de atudwa se nipa okwa konginam na ewo Ghana Freedom Party amyoku na nemu no almost your disqualified na denti and yes ahonsem ye de bebremo Dr. Edward Omane Buaman so dia to dwe chese ye to aba awie 7 December ehunsunsuanso na beba no police station bia na wasensunsuanso no ye de boho ema obia ehwebi sa so anakopiemu awasikuma odoben abrakwa ababetodwa se omobeya dwumaden aboa na NDC amyoko no ede nkunim awafi abato no so emu kanima mpani yera John Dramani Mahama to bia mane Supreme Court sanse cases ahodo bu ho a wodini tentem nanso LGBTQ+ ge ho ensensem no a chesa ye pinso ye bepem ne wo mo entena so saso na chesa ye kai ye du amanfo so ye ka nananom anintie ne emfrihia enan akane mampanyi owura JJ Rollins enya ne baby kwai no ndi samyeko no abochenku akai no honsem yade bebremu ewo Kasiebo yi emu yera Mahama ewo Asante mantam no emu na woni creative art industry no ehia ne yebeko ho na nsem ahodo de tudwa no yabobi ede amamu weni nsem hodo na yaboaboa no sepram to bra Kasiebo a yade eba besom na nwumekuo bi adaroma eno mosu ase akasie no yade ebram yade aseda ema Class House Electronics me pa cha ope TV papa ana se chese nyema hodro mafie ayede bronya bire obi besra wa chese onkonkochi obetimi age wani ewofie me pa cha ni nyina no Class House Electronics ho ena wo se wodi wani ekire na me kirem se saboso me ekwedi nyema no omatete so ne buo no aba fam ti bomodin se obeduo na watimi akwoto nyema ni bi na fiada kura de jai baby ewo chese nyema no mate so pa ede aba fam ntiduo na kopa bi gas cylinder na ape ana se tabletop fridges ene de kaka hom nyina no obenya bi our Class House Electronics me pacho from our 0598 902908 na se branch bi ababo awrem no obenya nyoma ne bi so ato na etimi aboa yamfa seda solar natural clinic me pacho eyaresa bia se yaje omatum awo mangane mu enimdefo enegu a ehwe se yenso yebetimi anya apomode mapa ene ntiduo se kidney hunsem liver hunsem yawo hunsem ana sempo separate wo ho ba bi anho ani nyina kwa on behwe aboa na wonya ndupa anom na ho ato frɛ 0553 932-631 na wone eye Solar Natural Clinic enka so momboa na so apomodon nsem no enkoyie emfa ema sa so na mekanfo S Natural Mineral Water edi amaw se eye nsokrogin ensu papa dwumadi bia obedi bomodin sa wo so obenya eye ensu papa bi na wode asoma hobo eba be somo ewo dwumadi no ase na wo fie anabe bia obi afra ya de bebre obedwum ha so a obenya bi ato frɛ 0596-273-546 na ese bia obi anom yemfa S Natural Mineral Water ni bi emrel okomelcom shop bia so eben wo obenya ensupe bi ato na waton na wo ma abusuan nso nyina nso no enya ensu papa anom yemfa seda emma Dovita Herbal Clinic me pa chomo de ndupa abedwa so a wonya binum ebeboa mema ne manyina ndupa ne nyina no ewo Dovita Herbal Clinic me pa cho sebra na bepe eye Dovita man capsules ne binanom omundro nyina nso Food and Drugs Authority age edi atumu se bema begina nanso no bema mapade eye Dovita man capsules na ebesiesie sa so na koko na fifi ne honam ne baabi a ohia Dovita co capsules na watimi anonom emboa na wo so ho atoye gonorrhea na watia wadro eye Dovita gono capsules sebeyi white na fe ohaw bi edidi de akire enso ede abandam yade awodo ni nyina watibia mepacho eye Dovita gono capsules na ebeboa sa so na Dovita eye tonic enso eye dupapa ba woni padue ni moja na timi de afrisani yama na aboa mepacho ndro nyina no okọ bi eto ndro bi a obenya bi ato ewo manga ne mu omo eye awoshi eye Elan taxi station ho na omo 0246-265-313 na isa woni omo nso enkasa na wanya no pani bi anom saso na hola Savia Herbal Clinic me pa cho sentena se bia majo bi abeto no fumu anase diabetes anase nkuda bi down na ho akọ me pa cho ni nyina akọ mehwe kidneys yare nyina omo se fabra no mboa asthma ne koko ni ade nyina akọ hola Savia Herbal Clinic omeboa na isa wo so ho atimi ato yie pa omo eye ashama omo ni Access Bank no na edi enmhwe obetimi afro mo ewo 020-062-3038 na woni hola Savia Herbal Clinic fonkasa omomboa na pomodon nsam so no entimi enkoyie emfama wenu nyumeku awudo bi enumasu ase a awiabria de nsam nyina nso eba besom ye besom awie eyeme akuya krantema na afi
da chema akosua oforiwa amanfo
efe ya basire ni die mana ya jebre kase nsima mu nyina no ya hwie guo so ede amamo na ya hye nsam no ase a yenko eye Supreme Court na ya nyina ni nsam agese ekoso manga na ha owura afenyo marken etebri etu American tam edikodu eye Supreme Court ni nyina ne se eba beto dwa se kopie mu mrahye bedwafie a nipa maako na mbi ebinum egina party din mu na ekọ mrahye bedwafie ebinum so ekodu ho na so mgina independent kwantem kro na ekoye na nso ne dodo na hebe so mokọ kwantem kro mo mugina mayokuo dem no ekọ kwantem kro na nea ogina kwantem kro nso de ne ho ebo amayokuo bi ewo mrahye bedwafie ho eno na owura eye baben ekirem se sadia mre bi asi ya ka se dia ogina kwantem kro enfo na konwa nto a yes ano sabe pepe na wo so moto aso na ye nti nipa mien enan no enfo nkonwa no ento na we na se asetie no anye ya owura afenyo maken ebo modern ekopie mu ewo Supreme Court ene ejebo ejanu anya babedu Supreme Court abedwafo akwa atetena emese atembuafo akotena asam no sonson no emu enum age ade atum se isema owura speaker edebatu dwa no enye no kwamu nti asam no amabo ade agu na mienu nso efo a eye speaker nsam no so na sade te se nsam no ekoye na atembu no eba no maame eye toko no ono na ese ruling no odeba sade ode tudwa no moma yentie bi.
A majority decision of 5-2, Lovelace Johnson JSC and Amadou Tanko JSC dissenting on the issue of jurisdiction, the plaintiff's action succeeds. The full reasons and orders of the court shall be filed with the registrar by close of day tomorrow, 13th November 2024. This is the judgment of the court.
Na we ayansama maame Gertrude Chokono oye jese eye otembuafo ewo Supreme Court no ede atudwa na osanso akirem sese Nyankopon ya adom ochena senti a ode sa tembu eba no nsem nyina no eba bededwa na ganafo nso yenya bi ahwe na mbra ne nsem nyina asiye no na eye Attorney General Owura Godfrey Dame enso enya akwanja ne nsem kirofo atwe nkomo na ne nsem ode tudwa no ochirem se sadia Supreme Court no akasa no ehu behia se obia de ne die bema adwuma na sa atembu aba bonte no yɛde ayɛ adwuma titiro enko emaje sɛ ɛyɛ obibia ɛwɔ manga ne mu de ɔkaayɛ mama yɛntie bi.
Clear and emphatic terms, and of course it must be the only thing anybody has to do is to respect the constitution. That's the mark of a civilized democratic order. It leaves no room for any argument whatsoever, and the majority decision, very big majority, clear majority, 5-2. It's not as if it was a narrow majority, 3-4 or 4-3, that anyone can say, well, there is some room for kind of review or anything at all. But the point I'm making is that whenever the court speaks, it's as a clear and emphatic order. Even if it's a very narrow majority, that's the decision of the court, and that decision must be respected. And I'm saying that it results in a degeneration of our society and a destruction of our democratic order for anybody at all to refuse to comply with orders of the Supreme Court. And I think that's non-negotiable. It's something that we must all respect.
Na we ayowura Godfrey Damia oye openya ohwe atentre ne nsem so oman Ghana mu nanu achi no owura afenyo market ne ni abre se Ghana fo yemfa ne majority leader enfre no enso ekasa na sanse no bekasa kra no nsem kirofo enya kakra na eno nso no tirem se dia kwai de no ana akwa ne no oda ho agina bebi ogina so no na oye majority leader eno nso de okan ye enie.
Rally around the choice we made in 1992, democracy. Democracy requires decency, and that is the path the MPP majority caucus took to ensure that we do right to the law. Nothing more except to say that we expect our colleagues on the other side, including Mr. Speaker, to respect the outcome of this case so that we move on as a nation. All we have is the peace of the country. All we have is our democracy. And in West Africa and in Africa as a whole, Ghana shines in the eyes of the people in terms of democracy. So this is another feat we have achieved, and we must celebrate it. It's not a matter of MPP against NDC. It's a matter of constitutional, interpretation, and the court has given its verdict. We should all respect it and move on.
Na we ayowura afenyo marken na yatene nkane nkwa amano so no na yane mranim ni lawyer owusu agiman entwe nkomo emisanse sadia verdict no akono sana na nanida kwan se beko anase bibi achia ewomu lawyer mpacho so otime nka ma ha emo akwa baba TVS YZ Power FM so ewo nkran ha mepacho sadia atemu ikwei no chesemu na moye mranim fo amote asie ye sadia kwa ne sana na ewo se kwa na
that's in you are friendly. And I will be some na magine Mr. Supreme Court and Connie State. Nemum the Bagwing a year or Parliament. Sir, or inform Parliament, sir, and 9 almost 3 party. Now, Echo a mumiensa echo independent na emuba kunso every independent akọ join the party bi enam senti almost I vacant na magni say Supreme Court everybody atumsa imagine nyeme that say Supreme Court enyin tumsa because Madikaya can say MPP for after your marking our case in no court that day almost speaker Michael Okwe ya almost the crata command speaker Michael Okwe so on declare for Mina MP. Sabrenon no independent, only declare me seat vacant. And as a speaker, AS Ejumano, Emma Womo. Sanko Fuya so assign the Krata, Ekoma, Speaker, Abangbabi, Sir, Ajoa Safu, call parliament for more than 15 days. And you only declare the seat vacant. I am in one says, Abrano. One man found Supreme Court to an court to be as a declare a Josafu seat vacant. Speaker Korea and all Mukoye. If you are Mudabia or Mupasa declare for seat vacant. Ye must Speaker Hornea or Mode or Mukrata echo. Na we are Uncle Yama or Munu. I know they are almost a woman. Say Speaker, every declare seat be vacant or mum panic. Where Ghana for you answer? Before any power cannot correct. Omo cannot correct Ghana for, and now Omo can we. And Yama Omodia, no more cars and fufro. And a Supreme Court on so. Yen I all Ghana. Yati, a brabia, a chamqua, in Cherikra, National Security Minister, Kandapa, Eba Bonte, Eba Transfer, the Supreme Court, say, Abaya some Anna MPP Assembly, the cop or more anymore. No, Mabuya, Edama, MPP, Abain. Ama and Crawford. That's Anna Court, no, Ghana. Yeah, or no, Kandapa, and in the national security, or my dingun. Sa, Adena, the Supreme Court, no, a threat to national security. Ghana, who you pay somewhere far buying who it could do court to Supreme Court to Tanasia or Muyani Benuma or Munina or Muyan so on or Munina now Atwa some naturally Emma or Mubinya DB ya throw unanimous 7. Yeah, says the sergeant no a shank of 14. Ama the Supreme Court. My dikayaka say and non kwani Supreme Court wo wi ase ha asema fa ban hu say Ghana for your birth certificate en kire ba bia Ghana ni bia wo free say wo ye Ghana ni Supreme Court nkwa Ghana Supreme Court nkwa na wo wi ase a declare say birth certificate enti kire ba bia Ghana ni bi efi so ye Ghana ni ana onye Ghana ni ewiase nyina ye nkwa na tisa ewiase nyina amai be 200 aka no ba bia birth certificate o hweso a kire nipa no se ofi oman we mu ana ofi oman we mu na interesting thing e wo Ghana ha ne se birth certificate a ye se ndimi kire ba bia se obi ye Ghana ni ana onye Ghana ni birth certificate na ukoji passport wa omuji efeso ya ye kire se wa mene wo kase ye wo Ghana ha wo maame ye Ghana ni wo papa ye Ghana ni eti onso ye Ghana ni ye de show passport no musa so eti de America kosi nyina ne se ye Supreme Court no o mama gidia ewo omu efa tentene na ehu achia amanfo nyi omu ni na nsane ne ya report bi aba bonte ya kire se Ghana for enipa gidia ewo Supreme Court mu no ana ye judiciary mu no ana temuo adwuma mu no eso ate ohanche mu abiasa ya jayisi ya ne omubu asem omu nyina omu akinkan o se amanfo gidi ewo omu nu eso ate abafom ohanche mu abiasa enso he omu nsesan yo ehwa na omu gina de ombe ya ma baby a man for agidie afiri omumunu eno an na omuguso a omoye na wo ka omo se eno ne e friend democracy yo
lawyer yo na yambusa sa dia ekosu no sa omutwa de owura makoko etwa ye ne nia Supreme Court aye no ebenya nsunsun aso twa ka boni bi awe atentre ne nsam amanga ne mu ana
no na machre se atentre ne say abayan wo ni national security minister say atentre ne enkoso e wo Ghana ati se da bia abayan se bia abayan dibim abayan de ni foda ne basa enye threaten national security nti wasema ubisa mi ensusan so a ebenya e wo Ghana ne se your security ana ya hu bambo under threat because enipa bi ebeye o madwin say oh me dey asem no court to cry o mo nka mame da bia o mbeka ma aban nsu bia na aban ACC me this anati a mame mfa mara nhye me nsem eno na kam da pa ka ho asem no say a threat to national security
yo
nti atamwa o mumu ni yie no na da bia e kofa akono bi betimi di aba no
yo lawyer ya bedas papa se wonya bra no akirekire nsem sa ede amai nyame enhiraw enobra wonya akirekire nsem ama ye ni atiefu ya das papa ani amutie ayembra nimni lawyer owusu ageman ne course Supreme Court ene no ena se wakirekire mu krogen ede ama menu mienu nyina sebe ye nheda entinsem asi ye papa no ena wada na disa ede ama yen
Yento so na yenko yenmu na yenko Electoral Commission asie ye mameje mensa ene na pamfo adehye behye nso a na wotwe etwa mu ene Electoral Commission no de final voter register no eba betu dwa ya wochesa batso nwuma ye gina so de ato aba afin fimpenu ne aduenu 9 7 December no ene wodi betu dwa chese bibia ye krado ye certified a chese bibia koyie bibia hyehyeye o masiesie fomso ahodo eba mu nyina no o makaka bibia siani ama bibia gya na so o fry park meeting wo de ensem etudwa na no na ndisi amanyoko ni kire se wo de abade na so ehu behia se wo mbenya summary na atumi aboa ma ehnumu eni perepere ye atumi ayadwuma na enadua yi en Electoral Commission no wode summary no ababetudwa wo kire se wo hwe nipa dodo afi ye babeto aba no a ene ye koye nimu pa na wo machiche mu akuokuo ahodo a ene wo hwe nkrata ba ye no eso a ye wo woni a obeto aba e wo biometric register no eso enipa dodo a wo mo ebeto aba e wo ho no eye 18,640,811 ena afenso ofa eye woni a wo beto aba e from say special voters no a wo mo ye to say bia yensem twofo bambofo ene wo mo amka ho no wo mo dodo no eye 131,478 ebio so no ya woni a womo ento aba e wo biometric ne so ya womo eye womo beto aba voters without biometric data ya womo a ombeto aba ya no enye biometric ena wombefa so ediato won so dodo no eye 1,870 ena wo yinu su nchen ya wo won so a ya from say exceptional list wo ho anase voters no ye exceptional list won so dodo no eye 33,352 and ya what voters on multiple lists wo ho eno so ye 26,569 and na pros list no eye 2,141 na wo hwe total number of transferred voters voters ahodo a wo mo transfer ye na sefo no a eno so eye 310,579 enti uka kani nyina si ani ka bomu a Electoral Commission no ekiremu a emfimpinu eni aduenu 9 abatoi Ghana ha sei nipa dodo a sabre no yebeto aba no eye 18,774,1 159 wei eni nipa dodo a December 7th yeko na yakwoto aba na wɔkyerɛ sɛ wode tutu mfimpinu eni aduonu abato no emu a na kyerɛ sɛ afi ɛdeɛ no ahwehwiri ɛkɔ soro pa esan sɛ mfimpinu eni aduonu no na nipa dodo a ɛto aba ɛwɔ emu ɛyɛ 17,027,641 ɛtuhwɛ mfimpinu eni aduonu nan a Ghana de hyɛ dodo bɛyɛ 1,746,518 and ababeka eye 2020 die no ho etu ka bomu a finfimpinu ne aduanu 9 December 7th Ghana de hye ni padodo a wo mo ekwakoto aba wondi ewo voter register no emu no eye 18,774,159 enti wei ene summary na nei Electoral Commission wode ababetu dwa wɔkyerɛ sɛ deɛ na NDC amanyɔkuo ni nipa bi Ghanafoɔ bi ɛhwɛ ni mu no sɛ deɛ wɔn ɛde aba bɛto dwa ɛna na ebi mu ka sɛ wodi aba deɛ nka regional breakdown no so no ɛnka wɔde kan ho a ɛnka betumi aboa paa nanso ne nyina ɛmoa no wei ɛne summary a ɛnɛ Electoral Commission ɛde abɛto dwa wɔkyerɛ nipa dodo afi wɔn ɛbɛto aba.
So our Electoral Commission akachi nene Electoral Commission efrensem twerofo ne amayoku awodo ni bi eko hyiaye na omonsem de afi mu ba ene se panyi afra no eye Philip Apiakubi a ogina ewo Ghana Freedom Party amayoku no anem ono ene se ye maami ekuadonko nya ba bi kwe no okwa akosi nanan nanso asem no ene se ya disqualify no aden ne disqualify no ensem se eye maami Jen Mensa ade tudwa efa sansem no no.
As you may be aware, the Commission received notice of the home call of Madam Bekwia Donko on the 29th of October 2024. Per Article 54 of the 1992 Constitution and Regulation 13.4 of CI 127, the Commission wrote to the Ghana Freedom Party and provided them a period of 10 days within which to file a new candidate. Article 50 of the 4 of the 1992 Constitution reads, where at the close of nominations, but before the election, one of the candidates dies, a further period of 10 days shall be allowed for nomination. In that respect, the Commission wrote to the Ghana Freedom Party and asked them to present a new candidate within 10 days. In fulfillment of that request, the Ghana Freedom Party presented Mr. Apiakubi, who was before then the vice presidential candidate to Madam Bekwia Donko. The party presented him as the presidential candidate of the Ghana Freedom Party. He and the party went on to submit their nomination forms on the 5th of November, and our technical teams went to work immediately reviewing the nomination forms. At the end of the process, they detected a number of errors and some illegalities with the form. The candidate's attention was drawn to these errors, and the party was provided an opportunity to correct them. They did that. In the view of the Commission, it was not in our bosom to provide the political party the opportunity to correct some of the illegalities that we found on the form. In that respect, the party did not draw their attention to it because the Commission does not feel that it is in its bosom to allow any political party to correct illegalities with the form. The Commission, therefore, as at yesterday, wrote to the party and to the candidate disqualifying him from contesting the 2024 presidential election.
Na eno nensama eye mami Jen Mensa editu dwa na no achi okasa say said ya nipa bi adwem se bia said ya moya arrangement ni ade no besesa na say 8 na nipa bi ani abresa nsesa no entimi ansesa na say nya de positions no on be change no so de okan eni.
The law refers to a situation where a candidate withdraws after nomination, after the printing of ballots and so on. The law provides an opportunity for the Commission to continue with the ballot paper as it is. However, it is not clear on death and situations like this. And even if you look in the law, CI 127 and the Constitution, it doesn't expressly focus on a presidential candidate. If you read the provision 54, you go down, you realize that it's mainly talking about a parliamentary candidate. So, of course, we've had to stretch the law, but there's no clear provision that says that when a candidate dies and the candidate is on the ballot, you should use the ballot as it is. However, if you look at CI 127, Regulation 10.5, it says, where a duly nominated candidate whose name appears on the nomination list displayed at the constituency center withdraws as a candidate after ballot papers and related election notices have been printed, the ballot papers and related notices may continue to include the name and other particulars of the candidate. Any interested Ghanaian living anywhere knows that Madam Ekwe-Adonko has passed away. So it is very unlikely that people would vote for her to win the election. In any case, if one or two mischief makers vote for her, those votes will be annulled. They will not be counted for anything. But I can assure you that the whole world and all the voting population are aware that Madam Ekwe-Adonko has passed away. So it is very unlikely that people would vote for her. And if there are any such votes, they will be annulled.
Na yantu aso ya daso ejina yisi ayapuna no na enenhye mudi no ekoso no na se deputy director in charge of elections ma NDC amyoko no Dr. Rashid Tanko edukotu dwa SSS hu behia se manta mahodo nipa se beto aba no so se de anka mu yo mamu ni nyina de no omugiche mbu ni tot na yehu na eno so de okan ye ewo ho ebnie.
I won't respond to them and then glorify such rubbish. That is not our work. We are a political party. Those who are supposed to do the job is the EC. Ghanaians don't pay their taxes to us as a party. They pay taxes to the EC to do this job. This is administrative. So we requested for it. I was grateful to thank them for bringing that one, but it fell short of the original summaries. And then that's why we asked for. And clearly they know it. That's their job. That's why they were silent about it. The mouth of a political party, which will not even make a 0.001% in an election to ask me that they don't need to have that. We will follow it through. We've taken notice of it, especially the issue about the polling stations, which do not exist again. I mean, this is the first time they are announcing it, and I'm sure you, the media, have taken notice of that. This is the first time. I mean, so if we hadn't asked, all these things wouldn't have been up. We would have been going to elections knowing certain polling stations exist, only to go there and then voting will not take place in those areas, and figures have been aligned to other places. So you see the benefit of NDC insistence on doing that, making sure that the right things are done. And I think Ghanaians should be thankful to NDC for our eagle eyes, which has brought us this far. And hopefully we make sure that they bring us the final data, which is the regional breakdown.
Na we so aya nse waje se akọ so ewo Electoral Commission office Ora Rashid Tanko Dr. Ekanidi honsem na mutie se dia manfo kasa mu de mu dua bibia na mu bisa mu am nkoye ma de no so no omu ni bre korati so mbeyi sansem na mom no ewo se Ghana fo ye bondi siam yekuo na baso esanse nyema nyina a omanka anke Electoral Commission be fast wa de akoni nyina no eno NDC nti ni nyina ababonte honsem bi na moteye no. Yetwaso na yakoyenim na pani a wono na hwe abaton hye so ne ho totoye ema NDC amanyoko no eye Dr. Edward Omaneboama wonamu ewapoye mantam ni mu a ene aprobo no wode namu se gidigidigidi de ne wode atodwa ya wo kire se nyame ya dom na se December 17 ni dru ho na so man Ghana ye nyina yekogina yekosala tetenten kokoto abani wie no numbo Electoral Commission hyase kenkan police stations ahodo ana centers ahodo ni mu a won hwe sensunsuanso na beba no police station bia no resort no wode bebo wo no ho kama sene ye beya hunumu ebetimi ada ho periperi ye betimi aye adwuma ewa fi ya bato no emo enti wode ato NDC amanyoko no members ni nyina anim won ya obegina mu sa abre ne se ebre ne so aduru ho a ye kenkan ya bato ni nyina wi a won hwe se Electoral Commission officials no e de resource ni nyina be fam wo ne ho na sene ye beya resource no Ghana de himama nyina obi ani betuam na ehunumu atimi aye adwuma.
Yemi security agency bambofo no ye adwuma sane ebeya omutimi ennuamu sane yeye wa Asen North no ebe no miensa pa ye chewo ba bia woto abia no hyase se wo kɔ ho sane ebeya no onum ebebo no ye to aba ni wi a sabre na ye kwa akɔsɔte na ya kenkan aba no ansa na ye hunia ori ni ye na wo ho ye declare no na ultra video na ye declare we are say presiding officer no or the copy of the pink sheet ebe tare polling station ho say presiding officer no wanya kacha ne say emra no ema ho kwan sa e wo so de tare ho wanya kacha police ni ogina ho say presiding officer no o tetia emra ne so.
No was signed to us so edit to mu say 24-hour economy no and hyehyɛ ahodo bebrenu awo mu eba beji o man Ghana enkwa eno so wo kyerɛ mu say
agencies nipa ye ba be form adwuma mu if say anadwo no ye be here security na estimates ayaya ne say Ghana police service ne nkwa no e wo se ye fa nipa 20,000 e wo Ghana police service ni na fe say Omampani Mahama aba na watoto enyuma yie na 24 economy koso na Ghana police service ye fa nipa nkwa 20,000 ayeso anu munyamo de bubenyamo de dodo enunti ana wo se wotoma President Mahama na wotoma ne ba Teddy enso ye anu afi ho a wo hwe Women Bank na Teddy eka ho asem no
Samuel Dr. Mane Buama edi etudwa
ya to aso na fe ya ka se ha ayo election powerhouse nti ya kwenim na hwe amayo sem no yewura John Dramani Mahama eni abere Ghana for eso agena tum safi ombeto aba ede amano na yekopie mu awasikuma odoben brakwa eye mansima omde atudwa so meya dwumade mpa aboa sebe na se eye yewura John Dramani Mahama ne ndi samyeko no betimi edi nkunim sanseminum wisdom hedejome eto aso ede amayen Alaji kwabena kwansa nsɛmɔde tu dwa no yanto aso emamo
media kakra na eba no njuma media ye no meje de de esikuma do bin bra kwa adehye enhu a wo behwe so wo ato ama ma omampani John Dramani Mahama wo ato aba ama me etiwe ye bo ompanifu bebra na wo cataract eni yarba a nwina na waka dem na men chadia metumi di wako Cape Coast Hospital nche interbetin etuma akoye fanti kasem no ama won ama sese no we na we ni so ada won ho a driver for pragia for na dia won ni license da bia na police for ta won do na eyo ha ma won so nyamen chadia yetumi aye license bebre edi amon esikmo do bin bra kwa ne ya kwan nala atete apasam nkanka yenkura se kwan apart from the trunk cruise so wakaza wakoya na chere wo senior me ye no nti won sika no o de ama one candidate usane Ghana fu ina ye sika ya conscientize nkrofo se won momodin sika ne ba won monje na wo to abane dia won to ma echim
na we aya amanebo a efi esikuma odokben abrakwa alaje kwabena kwansa na yeteni nkei
Enrada numonyamfo John Dramani Mahama kanima mpanyi wane asofopon ahodo ahia mu ewa sante mantam no emo ensam dodo no anu ode tu dwa no se asem ba akoda Ghana ha se ya rehosem pa ene wo man Ghana ye Supreme Court akwakwa e bibia ho wasi bill biti se LGBT die ekopie mu ho nye nasem nanso na case bi ba ho atrom no madi asem na wie nanso LGBT ada ho no mu be mfie bebrenie ebusumi be bebrenie egusu da ho no mu Supreme Court enka ho hwe we nyina kire se wo mu interest e wo mu no e wo fom pa yentie ne nsem
we bebre wo ho a anka eno so obeka se LGBT bill no call and sana eno. Also other ones no more boom antem ewie and LGBTQ they are not there other one. Na ne wo hono says Supreme Court and count and wasem na parliament ebe wie ya and the next year's bill no ewu it will expire because all bills that are not signed into law before the expiration of the term of the parliament will expire. And the next year say anti-LGBTQ bill biom and our family values bill I was here say for through the process again and sana LGBTQ no baby edru I don't know.
Enwachi mampani dada yera John Dramani Mahama editu dwa kire se Ghana fo mo hunu ne se oye retired general officer wo ba beje o man Ghana nkwa enti ebre ne so a monkai na monto aba no emfa ema no
eto de bia entokwa no ye de ha yekofa soldier fo a o makọ retirement esan ba se o mo beboa okono. In times of crisis sometimes retired generals are brought back to come and lead the battle. Ente mo fa me say me yesa general ni bia na ma retire enne okona ye den a yakofa me asamba say member boa okono na enkunimde enye ye dia enti nyame adom nti eye masede say me so me me say ne be ya ebetimi ajiye man nesi ho.
Kanima mpani yera John Dramani Mahama enna wade ne nsam atudwe na ogusu wasantema ntemu ene yenya ne tie se woni adehia wo mo creative art industry ni mu edi ahia mu yankwa homa ne so na ye ne yama ne boni wisdom hedejome enkodim enkomo wisdom mo ha awiai sabre no enhia mu die no ahyase na sen na ekọ eso e wasantema ntemu
we isimudia John Dramani Mahama any creative art industry for Asia economic kind na ensema work and nano any celebration and nature anything share any nema ekika ho eba say to try to share near what your mind Ghana no which me akwana ya pekebu actually ababe expression it's me o share Ghana ya mapa yi woni nano yentini ebo every year yeah, also see there SFB soap operas and no anaba yeah never who just pragia maritis nekaho and no idea but me I nenka to go kumewi videos near there this job gas nanka ko na me na the stability for aid yeah nyama bi anene ni na edi hobio and no and excellent money much ni ya buy for me bano but yeah ni friend no eye gali kaite o mantemu atakana wedi chukuli pote mu obuso ngani faso obusi eye na privilege ene adia aye bata kanti endi ti abai na beshe na washimuki na tcha etini akoso enu ti ochi abai foto ya da no afidi abai edeko mashibejemu na mashibejemu ti amehini etna se edivitu na foto no etini etna no adia ye ko enimi no obehese onde sikapudu experience biti ho ama wa wo church ni wo to njom eni nyekika ho no ama abwa ma obi begbia o she jime dia se wo ye creative industry ni mu no na se ko for agent fund se ko ka church ni ene o mu mai pa ha no ni ahwe o mu abo mu enu eche mu se national theatre ni man temu obehse na we so ewo eye asante man temu no aboa dan wo eye the northern sector in na wetu ahwe o mu ye actually eche oche mu se o she ene Ghana Film Village ya adia pa choba na meshe so bitumi aboa ya timi akwano na kwakwa no se se afibia no so no obehse se obitumi hia ye fe no national dialogue the tricky now
wisdom Timmy can't dano kakrama na wahuma ni twetwasi wadaroma.
Na kania nanka wo hwede o back we twa nanka Ghana film industry ama ni muso fa no ebetumi aboa na sa kria dada no Ghana kimi asanse ejina.
Enti se no mo free ehwo no mo emfa na mo di mani e kire biem e wasante mantem.
Sisi ade de ni e kire mu ewo bono mantem. Yemu se His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ade a we see ayare sabi afofo pa ewo bodom ye no no akwa ho ntema ewie ya me no kate ye si kuma so afa ye di ni e kire bodom na ayare sabi a we see ho no ma akwa ne ho ntema na ni si fa so ye ade atibubu then no sa aka from we see on ho ntema antana dachina no odi ni ake eye ekiti Western North about Western North important na campaign for so action really
wisdom ya beda say mo wani eni e kire mu ya mani boni wisdom hede Germany ni ni din komo ewo asante mantemu no baby adu yade na sebema ya aboafo na efe ya kwakofa aye aboafo nkraton so aba ya mfa seda ne bi ema aye prostafet capsules me pa cha ose Johnson boko na uye bema na sebe Johnson nsem aye ya din amawde a ne ahohia aye prostafet emema senyema akoyie kama aye food supplement nye binom na NCAC kama na emboa osaso na aye zipman capsules eno so oso beti dene obeti dene nto peso gina nan so mema nkwanso na enom nti eno no embra wonum aye prostafet no now the zipman capsules no so no e ka ho na atimi aboa ni nyina efi aye Solak Natural Clinic and I saw omde aba Solak mixture eno so ebebo apa nti nyebinom na NCAC no ese nipadua no enkonkan ema we bi eto ndru bia obenya bi ato e wo frɛ 0245616028 na ese aye ndro nyina so onya bi saso na Roman Reg Traditional Chinese Clinic me pa chokitemu osebra na aye ayarehwe mapa eno na ahwe omde be ma say akomayare diabetes anase wachi mrebro na aye oya nkase ni nyina obehwe du dwuma ediama owo nkra ha oni India High Commission no edi animhwe Roman Reg nkra fra 0546540672 na omonso mombom ye adwuma adwada kopmfi da mmenda no kwasi ada nyina omo ye adwuma na efe eye Medimosis Clinic and Herbal Center eno so osebra na ese enso beji ayarehwe mapa na watimi akoanim mmema ne mba obia betimi akwakoje ayarehwe na ese nipadua no be boost na ma na efe nima aka nipadua mo sanka ba bonte no ne nyina timi apiepie wo ye bema na ese prostate wonsam sexual weakness ni ade nyina okwa obeboa na o branch ewo Adenta barrier oni police station no edi animhwe sanso na AESL building nim ewo ministries eno so ho saso na Jekojo enso oni school for the deaf na edi eye animhwe na fe Kumase owa henema kokoben udua obehu no fra 0244068447 na ayarehwe mapa wonsa nke bi yengina no so ne ndan ho mre ba dia aka ye dia to aso amamo.
This year, I go vote Angaza. Even if they offer me all the budget in Ghana, Lila, I not go mess up.
Me too. Power, but we shine my eyes. I hear say that they massage and change the results at the EC head office.
My people, I'm sure you're still talking about the election again. But what is the gist?
I heard they're able to change the figures at the EC head office and make our votes useless.
Let me assure you, even if you put your party's candidate, chairman, and general secretary as the EC chairperson and deputies, they will still not be able to steal the election for any candidate.
Sir?
The election is won or lost at the polling station, not at the EC head office. Every polling station has party agents watching like hawks.
But what about the ballot boxes? How do we know they are secure?
We depict the ballot boxes like they carry pure gold. The ballot box is sealed with the seals of the Electoral Commission and all the political parties who choose to.
And the counting process, how do we know it's fair?
The counting is done openly for all to watch. Freely. The results go on a carbonized pink sheet. So what kind of pink sheet?
Yes.
The pink sheets are signed by all the agents. So we post a copy of the signed pink sheets at the polling station and also give copies to all the parties.
How are the results recorded?
From close to 40,000 polling stations, parties collect results from the pink sheets. Whoever gets the most votes from the pink sheets wins. Are you free? Are you fair?
So if the the party fails to check the pink sheet box,
Blame yourself. Exactly. Look, the way the security services, the party agents, election observers, and even the media make wild they watch the election inside. Nobody will fit steal this election inside. The EC they ensure say the voting process it be free, it be fair, where it be transparent on top. So make confidence and go and cast a vote on election day. But remember, the elections are won and lost at the polling station, not at the EC head office. 2024 election process. Hey, victim, it be clean, no glue.
MPP ya bae. Dola na ne bulisi di na mamu ya hata no. Ya $2 na kwa processors. Ele di kinama IGP. Ele ya no more ya. Ba o me no se wa $2 no. Dola na mamu hwe na ti kwa processors. Bisa IGP so kuta kina no sikini bradi hulu ne na mkura. Ti $1 na mamu chino hwe na kwa processors. Ai bradi hina.
I understand. I'm still amazed by the stuff that comes out of your mouth.
Vote John Dramani Mahama for president. Trustworthy, honest, and reliable. Vote for change. Choose the umbrella. Vote John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
Interest rate 40%. Hey! Exchange rate is and I don't have 50. I need 60. I'm a grad here. What's 70? I say, what I was in here. What you have a connected? Maybe I'm meeting for plans. Electricity bill. What's that bill? Hey, come what's the other couple and this one meeting me here? Be just the issue in our shit here. Oh, but you throw away in it. One of the you give you, how you more.
Shawasit na moto abapa, edisi semu papa beba wabrabo. To abama John Mahama ne NDC. Dr. Baumian once said,
teachers are suffering. Teacher trainees are suffering. Nurses are suffering. And nursing trainees are suffering. Patients are suffering. Students are suffering. Traders are suffering. Pensioners are suffering. Drivers are suffering. Contractors are suffering. Civil servants are suffering. And farmers are suffering. Fishermen are suffering. And industries are suffering. Artisans are suffering. And Kayaye are suffering. The disabled are suffering. And men are
Area Ghana de Shimama Yamamunyina Hassan ba TV XYZ so Radio XYZ and a face so power 97.9 FM so area premto brakase bo and wasego so awutie ya to aso na yakọ yanim na ekuo bia ye from say Access Ghana womo eye volunteer student group a womo ene World Mission Society Church of God ene dwudwuma wono efa ye wo enkran ha womo atie se ye Koli Beach no emu a womo aboa siesie se na bebo ahonedie ebetimi ejna ne naso na Jacob Kunsong wono ene ye branch leader ema ekono nyabre ene ye central for edis adwumade ni mu enkomo.
We chose this area is very well known about trash polypolar, especially caused by the plastic. All the days the people used to make bola, like we have been making trash and bola since mankind started to live on this earth. However, that trash and bowler nowadays are very different. Do you understand? Most of the trash is made of the plastics, and plastics, it brings a bad effect to our environment. You know what I mean? And it's not just a piling up the trash of somewhere. It's because it's eaten by the fish and it goes soaked into the soils, and now where we produce our food from. Do you understand? Then it eventually comes into our body. Then if we cannot, it is the best we don't use rubber, which is a plastics. But if we cannot avoid it, we have to reduce to use it. We have to do our best to find something can replace the plastic. And at the same time, when we use the plastic, we have to be fully educated where to.
Enwachi no university asuanfo bi a won so wo World Mission Society no emo won so ekire hu hu behia se yempotam no yetimi edini ni na hunidie ejina ne naso.
Omon set up emra say why e be chill say we to right with ya enyen yes you, because I think say if such measures is being implemented Obia be making sure say ba beach and no in between now, because on say I dey me go me find that why I was saying and say you be swimming. Yes, so if there's a measure be ya certain measure be to say wow you bet you be fine 2000 cedis and I say you be sue or cost or something like that. I think say it will help.
Yeah, I say yeah for us. Maybe ya cover square na you need na amabo I don't do it. So it is one more system. Sorry,
enti asuafo no so wo nsem wo mede tu dwa no se ne be ye mpotamu ye bedinini na ahunidie atimi agyina ne naso yanto aso na yembohwemfi ani nkyeremu ewo eye nsawom na eye kane polling station eye women organizer ma MPP Amiokor ewo nsawom adregira batom peswa no ede nsembi atudwa na wada ne de se ne no se wo hwedia ekwaso age se ne manyina ntwaye ekora ewo manganim na sansemi no akora kofida ko eto aso ede amayen
Vindole abrabia besin koi na oye emiadom frefo ede ma NPP Amanyoku no ewo polling station bakum ewo nsamwam adregira batom peswa so wo epue mantemo ede nsemitu gwa na worikirem se ewo se Ganafo nyina woto aba mfetia NPP esanse ukogwa so a won amane mabo aye dingie papapa enti ni nuanom a womdom NPP Amanyoku ni nyinara wonfa wo ho emebata NDC esanse NDC no woba enema bekoye ode nsemitu gwa wobra NDC Amanyoku no nifa a ewo nsawam adregiri wokoprem ewo zongo important wo honom a woni omanfo aretwetwe nkomo ewo afiwe abatun sensem emu
obi a ofie bia because aha me gina ye obi anwanwa media na me fon se adwuma no ebeba abroso ama obi anya bia ye me mpese meba ho na be ma me 10 cedi se me ngin fankoto aduane ndi na before meba no na wona na wo hwe me dabi nti me sra me nuanom ma mu ndi sika echi mundwenia oba na se obedi oman no so a obeye nuama obia benya ho mfaso edi na nya obia sika ne de be hye no na da bia no wabeye se ono o sika nti no wo ba no abeti bia ma wadi dabi
enwachi enapue mantem miadom frefo dima
na wei aye amaniabo akra kofida ko edeto aso emaye na ise no so na yebegina na premtobra Kasiebo eboaboa no ede ebram no yedi asi yedi nase ema team ni nyina newsroom ela Kofi Abranti ofabia ene eye oheneba boama benanga sawe obo echidom na afi eye camera Elvis ne ewili ni osofo press anso na MCR Mr. Cranton ne Raf no obi aso de mase na afi eye studios Power FM na afi Radio XYZ studio ni nyina so no yedo bia se yebeso mo eye me akuya Crantama na afi
da chema akosua oforiwa amanfo na Kofi Abrantie na enra eye ne papa awoda owura George Kwabena aye Kofi Abrantie woni ne nuanom nyina se womoma omo papa awoda pa twede amponyankopon hwa no wonye ne kese na wonyi emroso yedam nyina ase
yakramo